Okay, there we go. Okay, there we go. Okay. Just a quick restart then. Okay, hi, hello, for real. Okay, well at least it was an easy fix. God, my hair is such a mess. What's up? 2 whole glasses of citrus drink, yeah. Very famously, I had quit 100% orange juice years ago because I had never won a game after 2 weeks straight of playing. Today I won 2. So, that's fun. So, I don't know how long this is going to be. Obviously, connection issues, you know, notwithstanding the OBS indicator. Notwithstanding. God, I need to get better at that word. Circumstances notwithstanding, I will be live for a while. There's no structure to this at all. I had days to plan, but I didn't really. So I'm just going to pull up Pretzel. And then it'll play. Okay. If it's too quiet, I'll bump it up. So, because a decade is a long time, a long period of time, I don't remember all of what came out when. This isn't going to be just me going off about every single game that came out from 2010 till now. From 2010 till now. But it is going to be sort of what I feel like were some of the best to me, in my opinion. Yeah. I'm gonna be making another video on the decade subject, maybe, too. I don't know yet. Burn that bridge when we get to it. But, yeah. My personal games of the decade. This was a good decade for gaming, as was every decade for gaming, except for the 80s. And even then, the 80s kind of brought it around, so... The music is quiet, it definitely is. No, it's rather loud. Okay. Also, hey Devflare, Miho, Dracolax, Tallow, Succubus, Misha, anyone else who's here lurking? Hello, hello. How's everyone doing today, first off? This isn't like a structured normal around the campfire. This is just kind of me talking about the decade. The reason for this is because I had seen a tweet earlier this month that said, list your top 3 of the decade. No buts, no honorable mentions, just 3. And it's like, I can't do that. 3 is not enough. There's a lot. There's kind of a lot. One of those 3 is really easy. But I'm not good at having a top 10 list of all time, let alone 3 of this decade, no exceptions, you know? Dramatic narrator voice. I have plans, don't worry. Charles V. Sportsworth will rise again and commentate all of the sports. I need to, like, study 80s college football videos or something to really get the character down. John Madden. No, I'm not going John Madden. No, what is up, Hyla? Also, channel points are a thing. Yeah, I might think of something fun to do with this, because here's the happy plan. If today goes decently well, stream-wise, then I will start doing streams weekly on Fridays, after I've uploaded if applicable. Patreon stuff is still on Saturdays, and Sundays will probably be FF14 stuff. I just gotta get the static together. It's holiday time, so recording, running it all has been kind of hard. That said, I'll probably upload the Binding Coil of Bahamut, the first 5 turns, as like the season finale of Tales from the Crows, and then just kind of have a break until season 2, where we do 5.2 stuff and do Eden's Verse, Savage. Very emotive. Epic. I can't do that. I can't go full. In a world. And that's about it. That's the extent of that voice. I can't, That's about it. So, no upload today. Well, okay. No upload because this whole stream is probably going to be highlighted and sent to YouTube. Because it is technically in around the campfire. And I haven't technically changed the reward to be seasonal yet, so I should do that like right now. I'm thinking about it. Oh my god. No, thanks so much for the gift sub. Burn, welcome to the Red Mage Village. And everybody else enjoy those gifted emotes. Thank you so much for the support. Appreciate it. Was it a goal? Oh no, that was definitely, that was in a tier. Yeah, okay. I should just move around the campfire to a goal, because, yeah. Chilpsel, yeah. Pretty much. Okay. So, yeah. I kind of want to go year by year, but at the same time, I just kind of want to go over some of my favorites. But I also want to start as early as possible, so... Jedi, what is up, Ilo? How's it going? Sup? I suppose I can click on this. Is it muted? It is now. No, that's the decade. I don't want the decade. Not the whole decade. I want 2010 specifically. So I'm just gonna look around. Wow, Meat Boy came out in 2010. I guess I could start there. I haven't beaten it yet. Minecraft released this decade? I want to say so. And in theory, it could make my list of influential games of the decade. Not necessarily favorite. I do like it. I don't know that I would call it my favorite, per se, but I did enjoy it a lot. I still do to an extent. It was very influential, Minecraft was. I know what my #1 of the decade is. Not my #1 of all time. Not like personal favorite ever, but like I know what my #1 of the decade is, and anyone that knows me can probably guess. Galaxy 2 is on that list. VVV came out in 2010. Really? I thought that came out earlier. No, thank you so much for the gift sub. Q, enjoy your emotes. Everyone else, enjoy your holiday gift. Thanks so much for the continued support, though. Appreciate it. Love hype and stuff. I haven't played either Mario Galaxy, so I can't put Galaxy 2 on my list, although my nephew really loved it and I liked what I saw of it. Deadly Premonition came out in 2010. Okay. Okay. That's a good place to start. Deadly Premonition. I will start there, in fact. So, Deadly Premonition. A friend of mine was streaming it, and that's kind of what got me off of the beaten path of the cool games in terms of watching obscure stuff on Twitch. And I count Deadly Premonition as a rather obscure game. What year did that come out? Look it up for me. I'm not changing my Google tab right now. Amnesia came out in 2010? Okay. So Deadly Premonition gets a spot in honorable mention. I have not played the game myself. I watched a playthrough once a long time ago, and very recently another friend of mine was streaming it, and I watched a little bit of that then, and they've since beaten it, so it's not like I can go revisit. I could go VODs, but I can be silent and emotive at the same time now. I love webcam. Halo Reach came out in 2010. Okay, that's a good it's another good spot. But the reason Deadly Premonition is on my list is because it kind of started a trend of comfy streamers for me. Like, streamers I would watch specifically because they were doing something I could just... It was that game that kind of opened my eyes to replacing television with live streams. I think it was on Twitch. I'm not 100% sure, though. No, it might not have been. That one might have been Ustream. I think it was. Going back, looking at what games came out when, FF13 came out in 2009. And, that's a shame, because I would love to talk about it. Oh, well! Rock Band 3 came out in 2010. Okay. That's when I could go down. But that would be more blanket the genre than actually playing that as itself. Lightning Returns is the second. I haven't played it yet. I should at some point to say I have. I haven't even played 13-2 yet. Honorable mention to FF13-2 for being the first Final Fantasy sequel that was any decent compared to its original, at least. I've heard 13-2 is actually pretty an alright game. 10-2 was decent. The gameplay was good. But that's literally all it has. The gameplay was stellar. Okay, the gameplay in 10-2 was great. Battle system was good, minigames were fun. And that's literally all the game has going for it. The reason I bring up the Final Fantasy sequels thing, and that's going to be another Around the Campfire, I think, is the direct DVD quality of Final Fantasy sequels. God, my voice is awful today. But the direct DVD quality of Final Fantasy sequels has been something else. I think the water will help. I don't want to sound like shit now. But, Advent Children was an alright movie that is not aged well. Dirge of Cerberus was good game, what the hell storyline. After Years was a mess. Not bad, but just an absolute mess. What else got a sequel? 10-2 had good gameplay, but not a good story. The problem is, if you want 100%, you can't skip cutscenes, even if you game over. That's the problem. The percentage is tied to story, not game completion. So, it's not like I can turn my brain off, skip the cutscenes, and play the game, because I'm trying to get 100% in one playthrough. Yeah, I know. I just kind of got off topic. Rock Band 3 and Halo Reach, let's just kind of lump those. Because Rock Band, in general, that style of game kind of came in a really weird period of my life where I was living in a very rural area, and that's what they had, and that's what I played. And that's when people decided I could sing for me. I can't sing, but I know a lot of people that would get mad to hear me say that. And Halo Reach came right at the end, the tail end of my playing Halo a lot phase of my life. I played Halo 1 a lot with friends back on the original Xbox when I would visit certain friends that had it. And then again later on. I played Halo 2's campaign once, did not care for it. 2 might be my least favorite. Well, out of the 4 Halo games, 1, 2, 3, and Reach. God, no. Text-to-speech. I read that his Twitch plays Rock Band, and it's like, start 9. But yeah, Halo Reach was the last Halo game I played for any length of time. I played the most, in order from most to least played, 3, Reach, 1, kind of both tied a little bit, kind of, maybe Reach a little more, maybe 1 a little more, I don't know. Then 2, then a little bit of 4, and then I haven't played a Halo game since. Like, I played 4 multiplayer for like a week. And I played the campaign on normal. It's the only mainline Halo game aside 5 that I did not play the campaign on Legendary. 420 hats! That's the loot number. Got to drop a plane on anyone, nice. Yeah, today kinda, I like orange juice now. Now that I finally got that 1 win under my belt, I actually like the game. It's fun. It's fun to screw around in. And I have Halo Reach on Steam. I should make more rewards for the channel points, honestly should. Maybe I should have chat up too. Because I was gonna, like, make a list, but, that, like, there's so much honorable mention and stuff. I am too, I can't wait for 3. I played a little of screwing around in a custom game on Reach, and I want to play that with friends too because I like Halo, and it controls really well. I will, Tallow, and it will be at my own peril, and I will die, and everyone will laugh, including me. Don't think I won't. I should like move the mic into frame here. God, that looks awful. Just got Miyazaki. 100% Halo juice. Oh my god. Easy clap. Anything by Konnichiwa Games? I know what my personal game of the decade is. And it's not a surprise to anyone. I'm not gonna wait like 3 hours and have this big dramatic reveal. I might, but I'll talk about it now anyway. Yeah, it seems pretty decently optimized, yeah. Obviously, I am not going to mention anything Call of Duty or sports or driving at all, because I don't play that genre. And I never will, so none of those games have any influence on me whatsoever, and outside of Halo, no shooter has any influence on me. Overwatch, kind of, but not really. Kirby's Epic Yarn. I need to finish that. Fair enough, Miho. People want to take a wild guess at what my my game of the decade is. Go right ahead. I never played Donkey Kong Country Returns. Guess it would be Skyrim. Skyrim is on my list for sure. For like, so what I quantify as game of the decade is mostly how long I stuck with it and how much influence it had on me, like my life and, you know, all sorts of stuff like that. Go for it, Q. Aliens, Colonel Marines. Nah, Q's got it. Yeah, Misha, it has to be a game released this decade. I mean, yeah, obviously it's 14. FF14 is my personal game of the decade. That's the hard part. Like, 2010 was 10 years ago. So, like, what was I doing with my life? I wasn't gaming much back then, honestly. Same. I'm very old. Okay, I'm not very old. I'm 30, but I'm old. Is Undertale on my list? Yes. Absolutely. Pretty much everything everybody said is on my list. Skyrim is on that list. Breath of the Wild is on that list. Aliens, Colonel Marines is the game of the century, greatest of all time. It dethroned FF6 for real. Not really. Secrets of Grindia would be on that list. Undertale's on that list. Not Deltarune yet. But Deltarune is going to come out later. Like, full release will come out. Odyssey's on that list, yes. Happy early birthday, Miho. Fallout New Vegas, huh? That's on... I guess that would be on that list if I can play it. If I ever get around to playing it. Duke Nukem 14 to Duke Reborn.
It's time to go slay some primals. Edgy swear words.
If I had played New Vegas, it would be on that list, for sure. Borderlands 1 and 2 are on that list. I'm pretty sure... They had to have come out this decade. When did Borderlands 1 come out? ...2015. Yeah, okay, so both Borderlands games. I haven't played 3 yet, but Borderlands 1 and 2 and pre-sequel are... The Borderlands series is on this list. Minecraft is on this list. Stardew's on this list. Like... Oh, no, it was 2010? Oh, okay. Every Smash game that came out this decade is on that list. And let's see, when was Brawl released? I think Brawl came out before then. Oh no, 2008. Okay, so just 4 and Ultimate. Ironically enough, though, some of the games that stuck with me more than anything else on my list are games that came out on the GameCube 10, 20 years ago. Like, Thousand Year Door and Metroid Prime 1 and 2 are some of the best games I've played this year. And I'm really glad I got to finish them on stream. Terraria? Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, 2011. Yeah, Terraria's on the list. When do we record something together? Soon, TM. If Square ever allows its old games on the, Switch, classic thingy, then that's how we're gonna do Secret of Mana, I think. yeah, Skyrim is 1000% on the list. Portal 2 didn't stick with me that much, but its memes did, so I guess I could put that there too. I'm just listing games that had an impact on me this decade. Wow, Dark Souls counts by flying in under the wire twice. Released in 2011, played in 2019. Yeah, Dark Souls is 1000% on this list. I love that game. Beat in 2020. No, thank you for the 100 bits. I appreciate it. Heart Gold Soul Silver? Was that released this decade? If so, yes. I never played the Saints Row series, but I watched a little bit of it. That was fun. Portal 2, Skyrim probably. So for 2010, I don't know what my personal game of that year would be. This is going to be a very messy thing. I did not structure this at all. I should have. Because the next opportunity I'm going to have to make a list like this is going to be 10 years from now. And God help me if I'm streaming when I'm 40. I never played Skyward Sword. I need to, though. Terraria is on that list. What else? Okay. Oh, the Wikipedia has this big list. Okay. Yeah, Minecraft is on the list. Lego Harry Potter, yeah. 33 on the Nintendo VR room. I would upload my consciousness into a Final Fantasy game and probably die that way. Oh, Heart Gold Silver came out in 2009. Honorable mention then, because Gen 4 is still my favorite in all of Pokemon. Pokemon games are going to be on this list, yeah. Yeah, I can't do a top 10. I might, in a couple hours, be able to narrow that down with this list. Okay, cool. I can do that. For Isekai. Platinum and Sky. My favorite Pokemon games are Platinum, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Explorers of Sky, Black, White 1, 2. Gen 4 or 5 is about where it peaked for me, personally. You want more of my opinions on Pokemon? Go watch the previews around the campfire. Straighten the tie that I'm not wearing. Competition between 5 and 8. I don't think XY and Sun Moon Ultra Soon were bad games. I don't think that. They are in the lower half of my favorites list, though. Top 4 gens is 4, 5, 2, and 8. And 1 and 3 are like tied for last for me. For this decade, probably Gen 5. Probably. If we include remakes, Gen 6 is probably a little higher on my lower half list because of Oros. Nier Automata. I'm playing through it, slowly but surely. I'll kind of go ahead and just, you know, preemptively count that on my list, just because, like, I know it's going to be one of those games. VVV came out in 2010. So, actually, I want to talk about that. VVV. That game came out around the time of where indie games on PC were just freeware little things that devs had tip jars for. So VVVVVV was the first that I ever saw, not the first one ever, but the first one that I saw that was an indie game that cost money, that you had to pay for. Steam didn't exist back then. There was no online store for games. You just, you know, you had to find them through Let's Players and stuff like that, or word of mouth, or whatever. So VVVVVV was kind of like the first for me for that. I didn't end up getting it until it was on Steam. But like, it was a fun experience. It kind of was the pioneer of indie devs actually getting compensation for their hard work. So in a way, I kind of count that as influential for the decade. That might be my 2010 for that reason, for influence. Heart Gold Soul Silver counts in NA. Okay. That probably wins 2010 then. Oh, Steam was around since like 22. Wow. Okay. Okay, Steam wasn't very widespread back then. Oh, Bejeweled Twist, gotta have that. No More Heroes 2. I never played any of the No More Heroes games. I should, but I haven't. Carissa, what is up? Yep, face cam. Sup? It launched with Half-Life 2. Really? Okay, well, I learned something today. I'm gonna learn a lot today. PS3 Star Ocean. I kind of count that. I never played it, though. Blank Stare, Draculax. I should have this like over here while I'm like reading this section, or like, yeah, right here maybe. Deadly Premonition, I already talked about that. Mega Man 10, but I'd have to talk about Mega Man 9, which would be the real reason that would be memorable to me, and I've not played either. Technically, FF13 did come out in NA in 2010. Okay. Okay, Pokemon Heart Gold Silver. Favorite is probably going to be Pokemon Heart Gold Soul Silver for like personal favorite of the decade, and then influential, it'll probably be between that and VVVVVV, honestly. That's mine for 2010. Okay, I should like write these down, honestly. Used to be all Nintendo growing up. A little over a decade ago when you started playing indie and fan-made games. Strange to think about. Yeah, it would be. I can see that. Yeah, it was kind of like that for me for a while too. Because like, back in the day, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, all of my indie games were freeware, or not freemium, just freebie, pay what you want, spread the word, we have a tip jar, but download the game for free. And stuff like Cave Story, EG, that sort of thing. And then VVVVVV was the first that I saw that you had to pay for. I mean, it had a demo, but you had to pay for it. And that blew my mind back then. I grew up Nintendo and then PS1, PS2. and just kind of bounced from there. It existed, it wasn't like widespread. Apparently Steam has existed since Half-Life 2. Oh, Shrek Forever After, gotta put that down. If I played it, I would do that. If I'd played Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, that would be on this list for sure, just because of how impossible it is to play now. Oh, that's one. Birth by Sleep came out in September of 2010. That is the one of the two reasons I bought a PSP. Then where is... I'm just kind of skimming now because I pretty much have my... I'm probably going to pick 3 from each year and do a top 3 of each year, and then I'll write them down as I go. Probably how I'm going to do this. Realized you played a lot of new games because I might have missed some great games. That's how I felt going back to some of the GameCube stuff I played earlier this year. Thousand Year Door and both Metroid Primes for the GameCube. And, oh my god, did all of those games age so well. The first Dissidia came out before 2010, but Duodecim came out, I think, in 2010. I'm not 100% sure. Okay, Duodecim came out in 2011. Gonna lurk for food. Sounds good. Since I was streaming games. It's been about half a year. Supra Mayrocrat. The last Mario Kart I actually seriously played was Supple Dash. I have not actually seriously played a Mario Kart since. I played Wii once or twice. Never played it on Wii U or any of the handhelds, and I don't have Mario Kart 8. Or 10, or whatever the hell they're up to. Okay, the original came out in 2008. Okay. When did it come out in NA? 2009. So close. Half a year off. That would absolutely be on it. Highlighted message from Nuff. If you're listening, top games ever played Ace Combat Zero. The top for you. Top for me is FF6, like, of all time. That hasn't changed. Okay, so I can't count the original Dissidia, but the original Dissidia is why I bought a PSP. And then Birth by Sleep coming out was what did it for me after that. Just move that over there. I can't see my thing. But I don't need to for long. There we go. Super Meat Boy gets an honorable mention. Super Mario Bros. Is only 10 years old. Bubsy, oh my god. Suddenly became numbers at 7, yeah. Yeah, I've never seen it, Q. I think I've heard the name before. I know that's like a meme, but... SMB Deluxe was Game Boy Color, and I think that was in like 2004, I want to say, or something. I could very well be wrong. Let me just make sure I'm not missing anything like super important to my top 3 here. So yeah, I am gonna go year by year. Back in 2011, 94, 2000. Okay. I mean, it's kind of hard to say I don't count remakes when Heart Gold Soul Silver's on the list. But I also have not played the Insane Trilogy yet, so... And this list is going to be very weighted, like, the further towards present we go, the more weighted it's going to be, because, like... He was able to buy more games came out, that sort of thing. More games that I still play came out, so that gets an honorable mention at least. Just because, like, it's the most underrated, overrated, underrated game ever. No, I'm not saying what it is yet. Don't worry about it. Okay, I haven't played that. Oh, that's on the list. That is 100% on the list. I'm just going down. I'm going to be kind of talking into the ether here for a little bit while I'm scrolling through. Okay. Let's see if anything can delist these. Yeah, I know. It's like 10 years is a long time. So games that came out in like 2010, 2011, it's like, God, no, I played that like in 2008 because time is a construct and an illusion. Okay, there's that. 2011 is a pretty easy list so far. Yeah, okay, I got that. As I go through the months, it actually kind of starts to get a lot easier to... Okay. That gets an honorable mention. The honorable mentions list is going to be huge, because I'm doing 3 per year. If it gets impossible, like after 2015, I'll start doing like up to 5 or something. If I just cannot narrow down. Shovel Knight, when did that come out? Best game of 2018 is Succubus. That's not wrong. Assassin's Creed Brotherhood was 2010, yeah. I'm looking through Wikipedia's, you know, year in video gaming, game releases. Just, okay, 2014, that's probably getting on a list. It is at the very least an honorable mention. It's in terms of favorite and influence. I'm kind of just amalgamating. Attain the power of Cat Bag. Shovel Knight is... Oh, wow. Have you never played it? So, it's kind of like an old Capcom game. Like a very old NES game. But, like, only one of the stages is really Nintendo hard. It's kind of beat-em-up-y. It's platformy. Mostly a platformer. Mostly a combat platformer. It's a lot of fun. I love the game a lot. There's only one stage in that game that I don't like. The rest of the game is really good. I actually never played Splatoon 1 or 2. I haven't played any of the Xenoblades yet either, although I'm pretty sure my future roommate is giving Xenoblade 2 to me. I need to play 1. Although the remake is coming out soon, but I have it on Wii, and it's like I kind of feel obligated. Where was I? Oh, that's a tough one. But I think it'll go honorable mention just because. Okay. In terms of pure influential, yes, Q. Both of those games are on like my observational list of games that had a lot of influence and impact, but not on me. So they're not on my list. Real talk, out of that genre, the one that would get on my list for influential would be H1. H1Z1 is on that list, and not Fortnite or PUBG. Because out of all three of those games, H1 is the only one I like watching. I don't like watching Fortnite. I find it kind of boring and chaotic. I know that's kind of contradictory, but that's true. PUBG felt slow and really dull to watch. Like, I'm watching Call of Duty Battle Royale is the vibe I got from PUBG. H1 was bright and colorful, but also like depressing and not super chaotic or memey. And then China banned it and the game died. And suddenly you're dead because headshot, yeah. In terms of watching, I've never played a Battle Royale. Except Tetris 99. Actually, out of the genre, Tetris 99. Sorry, H1. I need to play Bastion. I need to play Catherine. They didn't really leave an impact on me, though. I could put Strong Bad's Cool Game for Attractive People Episode 1 on this list as an honorable mention. I never played that. That was 2011? Okay. Deus Ex? I've never played a Deus Ex in my life. I haven't really played a Civ game in since the 90s, I want to say, or early 2000s. It's been a while. That's getting an honorable mention. In all honesty, it should probably replace one of the games on this list because I actually played it a lot more, but sure, I might. I don't hate this genre at all. I actually, I'm just bad at them. I'm bad at that genre of game, but I like them. Can your computer run Civ 6? More so, Valve, yeah. Still addicted to— yeah, I know, right? I play a match every now and then. You know what else I'm addicted to right now? The freaking Kirby gacha on Switch. I don't care what you call it. There's a Kirby gacha on Switch. Well, it's not a gacha because there's no pulls, but it's like a mobile game. Any Dragon Quest game of the decade? I'd have to probably say 11, but I haven't played it yet. Hero 6 I never played. Well, I played like once. Return to Dreamland. That gets an honorable. Because I still need to beat that game. But I remember like sinking an entire day, like 10 hours with a friend. Yeah, 67. Ooh. Cool. That's good to know. Yeah, I should clarify, this list is for me, for my personal, what had influence on me, not like the world, and which ones I enjoyed, not which ones were popular. By all means, your lists are valid. If I have not played a game on your list, that doesn't mean it's not a good one of the decade, or of what year. It just didn't do much for me, because I either didn't play it or didn't care, you know, that sort of thing. You can't just get 2 hours ahead of the NPC. Oh! So I'll probably die a lot. It'll be fun. Isle of Rebirth on that list. Yeah, see, I'm only looking at like actual like commercial or indie releases. I'm not even like thinking about ROM hacks or anything, or fan games. I should, because a lot of those. Portal 2 does get an honorable. That's right. Because of the memes, if nothing else. Kind of want to put that on, but I haven't played it and beaten it yet, so. I would put that game on my list if I played it. See, there's a lot of these, it's like, if I had played the games, I would put them on. Right, oh, that has to go on, like, the list proper. Maybe I will do, like, top 5 of each year. Because there's no way I can't put Skyrim on my 2011 list. Actually, let me check something. Okay, that was 2010. Actually, yeah, okay. Back to forming my 2011 list. Yeah, The Binding of Isaac is, now that I'm going top 5, Binding of Isaac is in my 2011, just because of how much I played the game. It had influence, and that counts. That's gonna be controversial, but I'm gonna... See, that's the thing. When it comes to 2019, 2017's Game of the Year was easy. Hollow Knight. Easy. For me. Sekiro. Sekiro was Game of the Year. I haven't played it, though. So I'll count remakes, but not like straight ports. Because otherwise FF6 would be Game of 2011 in the decade. And because that was re-released on PSN in 2011, so I can't rightfully count that. Okay. Oh, that was 3DS. I was about to say, what? Okay. Alright, so... I know, I'll just update this year by year as I go here. Okay, I line this to the right. No, that looks awful. So I'll have to move chat. There we go. Okay. There we go. Let me catch up on chat, actually. Original Flash for being influential, Rebirth for consuming your soul. Yeah. Modern Warfare. See, I have never played any of those. World of Tanks, World of Warships. Yeah, I don't know what year they came out though. Oh god. Oh my god. No, please. $40 from No. Thank you so much. God. Thank you. I don't have proper words. I am always bad at reacting to this sort of thing. But thank you. Thank you so much. That is incredibly generous. Happy holiday miss to you. Put some love and hype in chat for No. Thank you so much. I've never played Baba Is You. I think I own it, but I haven't played it because I was like waiting to stream it or record it or something. Maybe I should just play it or Discord LP it or something. Seriously, thank you so much. God. Okay, so 2010. Pokemon Heart Gold, Soul Silver. That's a given. I should change the E to like just a normal E so it doesn't look weird. This is in no particular order. This is basically in order of, you know, when I wrote them down on my list. Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver, kind of a no-brainer. They're like my favorite Pokemon games. I played a bunch of them, and they were remakes of Gen 2, which I also played a bunch of. Like, 400 hours between Gold, Silver, and Crystal, and then Heart Gold, Soul Silver comes out, and that's another couple hundred hours. That's where I caught the legendary Shiny Vulpix. Which I still have. Like, I just will never just stop talking. VVVVVV, I've already talked about. It was the first indie game that I discovered that you had to pay for. Because everything else was just, you know, freeware at the time. Everything, you know, indie was like, you know, hey, we have a tip jar if you want to support us so we can keep making more, hahaha. And then VVVVV was like, nope, here's a demo, but we made this, we're making money off of it. And it's like, I respect that. I didn't have money back then. I didn't play it until years later. But, yeah. Okay, that's 2011. Okay, that has to go on that list. Over what, though? I can't not have that on my list fave-wise. That's, see, 2011's hard because I want to include Dark Souls, but... Okay, I'll have to move my favorite to honorable mention. You know what? No, that's my list. You know what? Dark Souls is good and all, but... Like, it's kind of hard because fave versus influence, like... Tactics Ogre is underrated, and I will never shut up about that. And actually, no, Tactics Ogre did have more influence. I kind of want to add Dark Souls as honorable mention here. Unless it came out in the US in 2012. No, okay. Well, the PC port came out in 2012. I could count that. I know I said no ports, but it'll put Dark Souls on the 2012 list, so I don't care. Yeah, I never finished 2010. Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep was one of two games that bought me the PSP, the other being the first Dissidia. Birth by Sleep remains one of my favorite, if not my favorite Kingdom Hearts game. It's like really close with 2. I love the game a lot. Halo Reach was kind of almost filler. I almost want to put No More Heroes 2 over it, but the only reason No More Heroes 2 is even an honorable mention is because of the music. And by the music, I mean Margaret's boss fight, and that's it. I enjoyed your Switch Palaces, Carissa, if that counts, but I do like puzzle games. I'm not necessarily the best at them, but I'm not awful at them either. And Super Meat Boy, not a lot came out in 2010 that I was super enthralled by, but Super Meat Boy kind of stuck around. It pops up every few years, so it's on the list. For 2011, Dissidia Duodecim. Mostly because I wanted a Dissidia on the list, but also, you know, it was still, it had the original Dissidia included in it, and I sunk probably 200 hours into the game. I love the original Dissidia. I'm not a big fan of NT from what I've seen of it. It looks very confusing, chaotic. I would love another, like, classic Dissidia game. I love Opera Omnia, don't get me wrong, but I hate that it's a gacha. A few more in Demo 3. I really should. How close are you to release? I'm gonna LP it. Duodecim wasn't that bad. It's a fighter game, but like Brave versus HP system, same as the original. It just, like, it cleaned up a lot of the mistakes the original made. And added more characters, which is always good. Yeah. Built the secret room. Okay. 102. Okay. I wish you luck. That is a huge undertaking, but the hack is really good so far. Yeah. NT is weird. The 3x3 and, I don't know. Tactics Ogre, because basically when that game came out, and I bought it like the day it came out, because Tactics Ogre, because I loved Ogre Battle 64. Ogre Battle 64 is a fun story. So once upon a time, back in the N64 days, a friend of mine had a friend who was moving and gave away a bunch of games because their parents were really weird and didn't like the idea of video games. They were moving somewhere and they wanted to, like, start over some, I don't know. But my friend got a copy of Ogre Battle 64, played it, didn't care for it, and gave it to me because it seemed like my kind of thing. 150 some odd hours later, on cart, let alone what I've tried to emulate. Because if I could ever emulate Ogre Battle 64, it's all over. I am breaking that game apart. I love that game so much. So, back in 2011, when Tactics Ogre was announced and released, I was all about it. And it played like FF Tactics, which I was a huge fan of since I played it. Like, I played Final Fantasy Tactics in my early teen years. If Jedi's still floating around, I have his full undivided attention with Final Fantasy Tactics, but I love that game a lot. I was almost talked out of buying Final Fantasy Tactics. It's like, oh, well, it's different. You're not gonna like it. I'm gonna buy it anyway now because screw you, I'm buying it. And I loved it. It became one. I still have my original disc. It's one of the few PS1 games I still have the original disc that I bought, that I haven't had to replace over the years. And then, so we get a hybrid Ogre Battle, Final Fantasy Tactics, and then it turns out Square has the rights to the Ogre series. I think they still do. I'm not 100% sure. And basically it was like, hey, if this sells well, which it did, we'll make more of these. We'll make more in this series, which they didn't. But I played the hell out of it. I still have not beaten the game. I've gotten to chapter 4 like God knows how many times, and I need to beat that game. It's so good. I love Tactics Ogre. It's so good. Pokemon Black White is a no-brainer. It's a Pokemon game. It was a very good Pokemon game. I don't care what anyone says. Black White 1 was good. I loved it. I don't care. I will fight. I will fist fight you. I love Pokemon Black White. Music was good. Story was good. It wasn't the easiest thing on the planet, and I like the ambition of you could only catch this gen's Pokemon until you beat the game. So, you know, it's almost like a soft reboot. Characters were good. I loved Black and White. I need to play Black White 2 because I've heard it's better, at least on par. So, Skyrim, it's a video game. It came out. I think a few people have heard of Skyrim. I heard they're re-releasing it, so it'd be nice to play it on a modern platform. I don't know if Skyrim's ever gotten a re-release. Pretty obscure game. I actually did a lot of research into this before putting it on my list. It turns out one of the big people in charge of this was a man who no one might know the name of, named Todd Howard. Watching myself do this with a straight face is hard. Skyrim is on the list of influential and favorite. I love Skyrim. It was very influential. It's still being re-released to this day. It will be re-released in 2020 in some form. And The Binding of Isaac, because I put a lot of time and effort into it. Is it fave? No. But it had a huge impact on me because it was one of those games that I played in groups of friends back in the day. And one of the ones I sunk a lot of time into. I have opinions about the game. I have opinions about the devs of the game. I'm not going into that, but it's on the list because it is a game of the decade. Now then, time to scour for 2012. Oh my god, this is going to take a while as I go on. The biggest honorable mention for 2011 goes to Dark Souls, though, because I did love the game. The reason it's not higher on my list is because I only played it very recently. And I love the game, and it's a huge meme. But for me personally, I feel like it was, you know, piece of yeah, I know, right? You know what? It's gonna sound weird, but I'm putting a sports game on the honorable. And I'll explain that later. I'm putting a sports game on my honorable for 2012. I'll go over the honorable mentions later. Well, Sonic the Hedgehog 4 came out in 2012. That's interesting to me. That's an honorable mention. I swear to Red Megat. So far, I'm not seeing a lot. That is probably getting an honorable mention because I played the heck out of it, but I don't want to put it on my list because I didn't play it very long. I'm trying to bring it up since you felt derailed this. No, that's fine. Absolutely plan more of your hack. I don't care. Like, I'm kind of feeling bad about neglecting chat a lot. I want to say it was PS2, so I want to say last decade. I'm not 100% sure, though. I didn't really look. Oh, nothing in the first 3 months. That's weird. Let me start generalized here. Okay. Okay. Wait, Borderlands 2 was 2012. That's on the list then. Halo 4 gets an honorable. Compatible with demo. Oh, okay. Since, oh, okay. I may have to have you resend me that, but yeah. Same, Tallow. I'm seeing some games that should be on my list, but that I just completely dodged. Interesting. Okay, so I got one out of that. 2012 might not be a long list. Oh, yeah, I can't count straight ports or else I would. Like, ooh, Legend of Dragoon, I love that game. I may have to look through the 2012 list twice just to get, like, some games on it. It's an expansion I don't necessarily count. Yeah, and a lot of them are really stupid rare or expensive to find, yeah. Well, I'm halfway through the year and I've found, like, one game. That's something. I think that's an honorable. I didn't finish that game, or else I would. Okay, so I can, in fact, put Dark Souls on my list. Okay. Okay. Because technically it came out for Windows in 2012, which is the version I play, so I can count that. Learn the overall vanilla save system enough that you can fix the incompatibility. Oh, really? That gives a version number in the save file. Oh, okay. That said, when the full version comes out, I'm starting from the very beginning. Probably not, but I plan on starting it over anyway. Because I'm gonna LP the full version. Some of these games I want to put on just because I've watched someone stream them once and enjoyed it, but that's like hardly. I'll put a Family Guy game on there, yeah. Succubus in the in bed righty. Welcome to bed. I hope it is comfy. Only your own. Yeah, that's fair. Maybe. Oh, okay. That can go on there. That can go on there. I want a 5th. Okay. You know what? There we go. So 2012 is going to be a little lackluster. So, again, in no particular order. We got Borderlands 2, which I only discovered because I lost a bet to Dracalex a year or two ago. And the game has stuck with me because it was really fun and extremely long-lasting. In fact, that is probably my game of 2012. According to the Wikipedia, that was on the list, and yeah, finding stuff to fill this list was hard for 2012. Yeah, Borderlands 2 was really good. I still play it, will still play it. I love the game a lot. Probably my favorite of the Borderlands games. I have not played 3 yet, no spoils. Pre-sequel is one of my favorites, but starting it and getting going kind of sucks, but Borderlands 2 is a little bit easier in that regard, but it's between that and pre-sequel. Borderlands pre-sequel is probably getting on the list for whatever year it came out. La Mulana, I've not beaten, but is famous for me because it was pretty hard, and I played it a lot. I've beaten halfway twice. I love the game a lot. I have watched most of my friends play a good chunk of it. That was something that stuck with me and my group of friends for a long time. It is on this list. Dark Souls Prepare to Die Edition, because I wanted Dark Souls on the list. Super Hexagon is on this list because I played it a lot and it started giving me the idea of it was kind of a muse for a lot of some of my story-related or one-off shenanigans videos back when YouTube was all I did. Super Hexagon was pretty good for that sort of thing. I think I did like 2 or 3 videos on Super Hexagon or because of it, and it inspired a couple of short story videos. Yes, it did. So it's on this list also because otherwise it probably would have been Cherry Tree High Comedy Club, and I've not played that, and I don't want to put something on the list that I haven't played. Speaking of, Pokemon Black, White 2. But it's on this list because I'm putting it on here preemptively because I will be playing it in my spare time shortly. And I know it will be on this list. So. There we go. Honorable mentions for 2012. Final Fantasy 13 2. Haven't played it yet. Plants vs. Zombies because it was something I did IRL for a while with some friends. Kingdom Hearts Stream Drop Distance is an honorable mention. It probably should be on this list over Pokemon Black, White, or Hexagon. But it wasn't my favorite Kingdom Hearts game. I loved it, but it wasn't really my favorite. Halo 4 is an honorable mention because that's when, like, the story started getting not so great, and the multiplayer was okay, but I missed 3 a lot. The oddball honorable mention goes to NFL Blitz. It is the only sports game I've ever played that I've ever liked. Ever. And that was because you could do some really stupid crap with it. So. Like, I forget some of the stupid things you could do in that game, but that was something I saw at a friend's house a few times and then played a few times. And, like, some of the stupid things that could be done in that game. I don't like sports games at all, but it's, like, one of the few that I actually somewhat enjoyed a little. So, that is my 2012. Now time to be AFK while I do 2013. Hey, Rona, how's it going? By the way, hi, hello. I've never played a Serious Sam game in my life. Okay, 2013. Since Talos principal references. Oh, how serious is serious? I'm pretty serious, I guess. All the bravest I wanted to play. Oh, that's PSN, dang. That would have been probably on the list. Okay, if nothing else, that's probably going to get an honorable mention. Seriously? Yeah, I'm being serious. Where was it? Okay. That's probably an honorable mention, but that might make the list. I'm not sure yet. Oh. Decent enough FPS games. Best modern Doom-like until Doom 20. Okay. Seriously, this series of puns is getting pretty serious. Wordplay. Yeah, I probably should give it a go sometime. That came out in 2013. Interesting. There was an FF11 expansion in 2013? Okay. Okay, that makes the list for sure. Oh, wait, no, that was XBL. When did that come out proper? That was 2011. Oh, that's why it didn't make the list. Dang. I'm standing by my list. It's, yeah. I haven't played enough of that to really... That'll get honorable. Ernest Errol. Oh my god. That gets an honorable. Oh, that was PSN. I was about to say. Oh, iOS. Dang it. A lot of these, like, ports that I'm not counting. Oh, that's one. That is absolutely one. Okay, I should do this. Look for the acclaimed. That gets an honorable. I never played it, though. Okay. That's easy. Really? That came out in 2013. You sure? It really came out in 2013? No, that came out in 2013. Okay. That makes the list then. Weird. Okay. Tell us, Shabab, is your favorite puzzle game? I don't know that I have a favorite puzzle game. Candy Crush is the best puzzle game. I almost put it on the list, but I've never played it. Ooh, that could be. That's why I stay away from racing games, mostly. It's because I'm, like, that's probably my weakest genre ever. Not in sports, but I don't care enough about sports to really even count it. That gets an honorable for sure. 2013. That's... Okay. I might like Talos. Holy heck, nope. Okay. Whoops, I didn't mean to close that entirely. There we go. I think I have my list. It's just narrowing it down and making sure I'm not missing any at this point, which means I can scroll a little bit faster through the list. And then it's a matter of, now it's getting to, I have to start narrowing down things. Which is like, okay, did I enjoy this more than this had influence on me? That sort of thing. I remember playing an older Burnout. I don't remember which. It was like one of those, it was on at a friend's house and didn't really ask too many questions about the thing. That's kind of what I enjoyed most about any game with driving in it, is crashing into stuff as hard as humanly possible and as fast and causing big explosions. That's what I like about sports games, or not sports, car games, any games with cars. I did that in FF15 a lot too. That came out in... Really? No, okay. Okay, oh, okay, the remake of that came out. Did I play the remake enough to justify putting that on the list? Do we count Spelunky as 2008 or 2013? That'll determine whether it makes my list or not. Because it was remade in 2013. So... yeah, Rona, it's my number one as well for the decade. Easily. That's technically... you know what? No, that gets an honorable, but I'm not putting it on the list. Also, because it's a collection, I shouldn't count it anyway. I was gonna put Kingdom Hearts HD 1.5 Remix on my list, or on my honorable mentions, but it's technically a collection, so... See, according... I just checked the wiki, it said November 2013. Or not November, like, it just said... yeah, the remake for Windows came out in August of 2013. And then on Xbox 360 came out in 2012. The original came out in 2008. PlayStation came out in 2013. And PS4 in 2014. Family Cars. Minivan Racing. Yeah, 360 in 2012. Microsoft Windows, December 21st, 2008. August 8, 2013 for remake. I'm gonna let chat decide that. Because if it counts for 2013, it's on the list. Because technically, remakes count because Heart Gold Soul Silver is on my list. You know, I don't care. I might just, like, pull rank and it's on my list. It's my list, yeah. That's honorable, at least. Because it's technically a remake. They added stuff. Not anymore. Oh no, it's Q's list. It's all gonna be like all the Family Guy MMO or something. Yeah, GTA 4 is from 2004. So long ago. Or Gran Turismo 4. I thought you meant GTA 4. Wow, I cannot read Lamau. Someone get this streamer some glasses. Oh, wait a minute. I have some. What if I told you? I like these sunglasses, I really do. I I can totally read better, and sunglasses don't do the math. Okay, that counts. That counts. And blockers in case they're not aviators. Only B tier. Are you hating on my B tier hater blockers right now? I can't see my webcam at all. I can barely see it. I can almost kind of make it out. Yeah, pretty much Q. Its player base was like could not actually figure out how to play stuff, so they had to dumb it down to almost like handholdy, stupid, ridiculous, unplayable levels, and I think like 3 people played it or something. It was that's a fun story. I like that story. Yeah, I wrote that down as honorable. 2013 was a good year for games, holy crap. Yeah, okay, that got honorable, that's right. That didn't add enough to warrant that on the list, but I'll put it down as honorable. Okay, now to narrow it down. I think I have the list. Okay, I have my 2013. I have my 2013 list. There was a lot that came out though. My honorable mentions is pretty light. So, Animal Crossing New Leaf was very important to me IRL. Me and a bunch of friends played it. We'd go down to burger places, eat outside, and trade, and rig the stock market, as, you know, we like to call it. And, but it was a lot of fun. It was my first Animal Crossing. I sunk God knows how many hours into it. I do miss the game from time to time. I loved it a lot. And just making memories. According to Google, if it's not, then I know it's replacing it. Yeah, October 2013. Yep. According to Google. And that was a worldwide release. Okay. According to Wiki, that's when it came out. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it at all. Super Mario 3D World, I'm shocked came out in 2013. It's one of my favorite Mario games. And Mario isn't exactly a weak series for me. I love Mario a lot. I love platformers. And Mario 3D World, there was like 3 or 4 stages I didn't like. The rest of the game was solid gold. I love that game. I have 100% stream playthrough on the archive. In fact, a true 100%. So, like, it's one of the few games I've actually, like, sat down and dedicated to 100%ing. And, I need to beat Champions Road legit one of these days without Rosalina, but what are you gonna do? Wouldn't call Super Mario World a favorite. Ironically, yeah, same. I think I'm starting to like 3 more than World base game. But I like Super Mario World's engine a lot more, if that makes sense. I like the physics and engine and gameplay in World better, but I think as a game, standalone, I might like SMB3 more. The remake of Spelunky is on this list because it's my list, and I don't care. I'm also going to shrink the font now because it's like actually starting to, like I'm gonna run out of room real fast. What am I on now? 20. Yeah. Spelunky is on my list because it was the first game that I played with people in voice chat back in the day. Granted, this was before 2013, but it's on my list because it was influential. Otherwise, Metal Gear Rising or something would probably be on this list. But like, back in the day, when I first moved into my first place that had internet in-house, and I met RAR, and I met other people, and actually started using Skype to voice chat and stuff, which I never did in my life before, ever. Spelunky was like the first game that we sat around and played as a group of friends. The first, to my recollection. I don't count Bashi. We just don't. I don't talk about Bashi at all. But it was the first, like, actual game that we sat around and played and chatted about. And as such, was the first game that got me into actually socializing with people on the internet. So it's on this list for that reason alone. Spelunky's fun. It's hard. Don't expect to beat it, but that's roguelike territory. Same with Rogue Legacy. Rogue Legacy was on one of my honorable mention lists, but I didn't play it as long. I didn't stick with it that long, but I loved it. But yeah. Warframe is on this list because I will come back to it at some point. And what I played of Warframe, I loved. I love the game a lot. It knows how to tell a story damn well. Is it perfect? God, no. But I need to get back into it at some point. And I love the grind of it. I love the play of it. I love it. I do. It's hard, not impossible. Yeah. Spelunky is, you need really good luck, or you need to play a crap load of it to get good. Pokemon XY is on the list as opposed to some of the honorable mentions because despite it not being my favorite series and like my favorite games in the series, I still loved what I played of it. And I talk about it a lot to this day when comparing it to other Pokemon games. So that's why it's on my list. The honorable mentions include Metal Gear Rising, Don't Starve, Poker Night 2 because of IRL reasons, GTA 5 because I haven't played it yet or else it'd probably be on this list, A Link Between Worlds because I loved it but it didn't stick with me at all, Rogue Legacy, Wind Waker HD, and FF10 Remaster. Those are my honorable mentions of 2013. That too. It did take a huge leap from the DS games, which were still pretty solidly 2D sprite-based, to 3D model. It was a huge jump. And the music was good. I don't care what anyone says. XY has good music. But, like, every Pokemon game ever has good music. So, that's not saying a lot. I liked the region. I liked the character dress-up. I wanted to like the plot more. I wanted to like Team Flare a lot more. But again, my thoughts on that more can be found in the previous Around the Campfire, where I go over like all of my opinions on the series as a whole. The only generation you ever touched. It wasn't a bad gen. It's just not great. It wasn't perfect, and it's lower on my list than higher. I have to replay Gen 6 and Gen 7 to make that call. If we're counting remakes, Gen 6 definitely wins because Oros is amazing, and I did not like Gen 3. But I loved Oros. Now then, moving on to 2014. Never played Dark Souls 2. It's probably not even going in my honorables just because I never played it. I need to play Child of Light, honest to God I do. Okay, Smash 4's on the list. Because, yeah. Shovel Knight will at least get on. But it's probably making the list. Monument Valley? Oh, I like that game. It's not on the list. I played it once for like a minute and uninstalled it, but it was fun. 2. Isaac Rebirth came out in 2014. Okay. Okie doke. Time to browse wiki for like an hour. I should have done this off screen, but then like it lessens the discussion IMO, so we can keep talking about it while I'm browsing. Absorbed, yeah. I liked that Sun Moon did something different. I liked that it tried to break the formula at a time where Nintendo was breaking the formula of a lot of its games. I liked the music. The music was really good. Plot was a nothing burger. But, like, after Black White and Black White 2, can you really talk about a Pokemon game's plot, like, at all? Yeah, XY needed a third version or a sequel really bad, and it got nothing. So, like, a lot of those ideas carried forward, and it did not do anyone any favors. IMO. Oh, wait, no, that's... okay. I keep seeing FF 4, 5, and 6 ports, and it's like... I want to put those on the list, but they're ports. DM me what game, Nov, for PS2. And maybe I own it. That would be really cool, Q, if Ultra Space had been like a Dark World or something. Something explorable. That's getting a mention begrudgingly. Because I didn't hate the game, but I don't like the source material at all. Oh, no, we've... okay. Virtual Console. I was about to say, no freaking way. That would be cool. An entire game or gen set in Ultra Space would have been really nice. Okay, that's where that's going then. Oh wait, no, I have to amend 2013 because I missed something. Okay, Spelunky made its point. According to Wiki, it came out on Windows and PS3 in 2013, so... You didn't miss a lot. I've been wiki browsing. I love Spelunky, but... Unless I count, like, the PS4 version and then put it in 2014. And FF14, I will explain in great detail later because it is my personal game of the entire decade. That game is at least getting honorable. And that game is probably getting on the list at this point. I'll move it otherwise. I like that game, but I don't know that I would call it of the year of the decade material, necessarily. Yeah, Ace Combat 7, yeah. Have prime base stats? Really? No, it's not at all, Q. Whatever year they initially released globally, absolutely put them on your list. Their games, they count. I'm putting Defo on my list. Oh, I should put VVV on the list again for Ouya, because that came out in 2014. That's getting an honorable mention because of how mimetic it was. Yeah, they're not bad for gotchas. Okay, that can go there. That's getting an honorable mention. It's not going on my list, though. But it can evolve at any... Really? It evolves by knowing Dragon Pulse. Oh, okay, so it's one of those. Oh wow, it learns it level 1. Okay. Got it. Oh. Oh, that's easy. That is a very easy, straight to the list. This is another hard year, I don't know why. It seems like every even-numbered year is just kind of bleh. Those came out in the same year. Okay. Ah, there we go. Those are absolutely going on the list. Okay. And then I already put Smash 4 in there. Afterthought. Oh, okay. I might break my rule for that if I can't find anything better. I will, like, break my rule just for lack of anything else. Oh, it was Android, dang. Because I refused to put The Last of Us on my list. I didn't care for it. Okay, you know it's screwed. I'm putting Kirby on it. Cool. 2014. Smash 4 is a given because it is a Smash game, and I played the heck out of it. And I loved it. I love the Wii U. Hot take, it was bad financially and is problematic, you know, in terms of that sort of thing. But like, I don't know. I like the Wii U. It had a good library. It didn't have the best library or a great library, but I liked it. I liked it for what it was. And it wasn't this thing that, like, a bunch of cavemen can go on stream and smash because we break old thing because we have new thing. And any other reactionary garbage, so, you know, yeah. Shovel Knight is on the list because, I mean, I've only played through it once, but it is still getting attention and it is still getting worked on to a degree. And, you know, I you know, very, very solid, like one of the first, if not first, like modern indie games to get recognition on a higher scale. Like Shovel Knight getting assist trophies in Smash was a big deal back in the day too, and that sort of thing. And it's still really popular. It's like one of the go-to indie games, and it's a really good game. Borderlands the pre-sequel because it is tied with my favorite Borderlands game. Okay, I thought this was something else for a second. I was about to have a fit. But yeah, yeah, Borderlands pre-sequel, I loved it. Probably one of my favorites. Short, kind of clunky, kind of really glitchy. And all that, but the space and moon jumping and the physics and all that was a lot of fun. Borderlands 2 is probably a better game, but I had a lot of fun with pre-sequel. I felt like the characters were more fun to play as. The Vault Hunters were more fun to play as in pre-sequel than in 2, in my opinion. And by that I mean Athena. Athena's like my favorite character in all of Borderlands to play as ever. So, you know, that's why it's on the list. Pokemon Oros is on the list because it is it carries Gen 6 if we're counting remakes. Oros was very good. X and Y was good but not great. I didn't like Gen 3 at all. Oros, brilliant, loved it to pieces, was fantastic. And Oros did something unique that no other Pokemon game has done since, in that it gave you an old school Final Fantasy airship in whichever Lati you got. It you could actually like fly around instead of just fast travel. You could actually like fly around, and it was so cool. I loved it. I want to replay Oros for that reason alone. It was so good, and the music was really good. Kirby Triple Deluxe because, okay, I do have a good memory of it. The first time in my life that second time in my life that I'd ever gone to the hospital to get treated for something. That was the game I was playing at the time. And triage and the wait time took so long that I ended up beating like 2 worlds of it while I was waiting for a doctor to just like throw meds at me. So it was memorable for that, and Kirby's been good for a long, long time. Ever since Return to Dreamland, Kirby's just non-stop hit his stride. IMO. Time to lower the font again. Okay, I've written there. Whoops, didn't mean to actually do that. Trumpets intensify. I didn't like Gen 3, and that's including Fire Red Leaf Green. I'll have to replay Emerald sometime, but I didn't care for it on the GBA, but I don't know. Wasn't bad, just not my cup of tea. By 2019, size 1 font. No, I'm gonna make like a second list here. I'm gonna have to remove the Around the Campfire title bit, though. Okay, actually, if I lower it a little more. Okay, I don't know how readable that is, but that works for me. For me, specifically. Alright, now the fun part of 2015, because I think this is when my memory starts to actually keep track of these games. Yeah, we're getting into games I recognize now. Okay, okay. I see a couple good contenders right away. That's a no-brainer. First honorable mention that might actually make the cut. Oh, right. Honorable mentions for 2014. Dust Force. Because that was a game that like a lot of my friends played to try and get like good times and scores on. But I never really participated in that much. Gods Will Be Watching was a huge meme for my group of friends back in the day. That was a video game and a half. Legend of Heroes Trails in the Sky according to the wiki, but I haven't played it yet. Five Nights at Freddy's 1 and 2 both came out in 2014. They were very influential, but not my cup of tea. I appreciate the memes, and I like watching them to a degree, but they're all jump scares. There's lore, but aside that, no real substance. And South Park Stick of Truth is honorable for 2014. The game was actually pretty good, but I do not like the source material at all. Cool, that's out of the way. That would probably make the list outright the thing I just wrote down, if not for current events. Until Dawn, what a freaking meme of a game that is. I need to play that. I need to play that. Oh, I know. I'll put Minecraft story mode on here. Okay. The problem with doing this via wiki method is that I'm missing a lot. And like, not missing a lot, but like, I'm catching a lot of false positives in remakes and ports and stuff. Yeah, the other half of the years are gonna go on the right. That's just a theory, game theory, Jesus. YouTubers of the decade, definitely not game theory. Ever. I don't like them. Worst games of the decade. I looked at that, yeah. Minecraft story mode, Jesus. So bad. I want to put that down. I'm looking at a game title right now, and I want to put it down in my honorable mentions, but mentioning it on stream would not make me look good at any capacity, so I think I will pass. That's getting an honorable. Actually, no, it's not. I've seen one played. I need to not have such, Do I count? I'm counting it as honorable. No, it's not a Senran Kagura game. It's worse. That's you can guess. I want to count that, but it didn't add anything, and actually it wasn't even a good HD edition. Heroes of Might and Magic 3 HD edition on Steam is awful because it doesn't have the expansion packs and never freaking will, and that's the reason to play Heroes 3. I watched Proton John play like the pinball game or whatever. How those games are not banned on Twitch, I will never fully understand. Looking through my list. I've never played Senran Kagura or the other game I was looking at. When it was a Musou wannabe. That would work, actually. That came out in 2015, are you sure? Didn't make the list, but... I don't know that I'm gonna mention the FNAF series outside of honorable for the first two games, just because yeah, it's a fine series that should exist. I'm just mad I didn't think of it first, because it's like if I could ever actually just make a game that takes relatively not that much effort and sell it for $1 bajillion and have it get stupid popular, I would too, and I would keep pumping them out until that cash cow just like was a skeleton. Until its skeleton crumbled to dust, I would milk it forever. Yes. I have no problems with Scott Cawthon at all. At all. Are they good games? No. The lore's interesting. Are they good though? No. They're just jump scares. 3 was a good tactical game, I guess. And I wish I could churn out a game and have it get stupid popular and make $1 bajillion. Abso-freaking-lutely. I'll put Slender on my list. There we go. What do I have written down? Okay, just that. Okay, well, I have enough technically to fill a list if needed. Happen any day now. Maybe then I'll find. I own it on PS4. I don't know why I haven't played it yet. Oh, that was that. Okay. There we go. I'll put Hatred on the list. 7.5. Turning criticism into a main feature, yeah. Yeah, no, that's fair, Q. Bloodborne might make my list even though I have not touched it yet. I want it. Until Fortnite became popular. I wish I could help fix that too, Q. Just because that would give options. That one hurt a little bit. I did the PS5 launch save for it. Oh yeah, there we go. I'll put PewDiePie Legend of the Brofist on my list. There we go. Yeah, it'll have that. That'll be good. Minecraft story mode. Yeah, I did write that down as honorable. Ah, really? I hope so too. Honestly, what'll sell a console for me personally is true, full backwards compatibility. That's what would sell it for me. Will they do it? No. They're pretty clear on backwards compatibility being like a thing. But, for me to buy a new console, the new games for it has to be pretty good. Like, you don't sell me on a console, you sell me on the games. Halo 5 does not even get an honorable mention. I don't even care. Maybe. I didn't play that one very long. I've never tried them, I never will. I was subbed to PewDiePie for like a couple months. I admit that on stream. I was subbed to him for a few months. Okay. I have enough to make a list. Okay, those two for sure. Cool, I have my 2015 generic mobile games with late epic Mei skin. Yeah, pretty much. They can announce games all they like. At this point, unless it's from a series that I know is not going to screw me over, I'm pretty much not caring about pre-hype for new IPs in this day and age. And I earn a little bit more than that. Okay. Okay, this works. Surprising no one Undertale is on this list. I shouldn't even really need to talk about it, but it's on the list because, yeah. It stuck with me a long time. The fan base wasn't great for a long time. Probably still isn't. But the game itself will always remain with me. It's like top 10, top 5 tier of all time. It was really, really, really good. I loved it a lot. Rocket League is on the list because it gave birth to the Charles V. Sportsworth persona, and this sports commentator voice as well. On top of that, yeah, we played it a lot, me and a group of friends, back in the olden times, back when I, moved into another place and had a decent computer that could play video games. We played Rocket League a lot, and I got this old sports voice to celebrate. And because it stuck with me that long, it's on the list. 2015 was kind of a try year for me. It's like, another port of Minecraft. Mario Maker's on the list. I didn't play it very long, but I watched it for a ridiculously long time, and I watch Mario Maker 2 to this day. Yoshi's Woolly World is on the list because I played the demo, so I count it. But also because that game, it was Daikon's stream of it is why it's on this list. Because I was in a really, really bad spot, and that game basically cured my depression. Did it really? No, but like there was a lot of other factors that went into it. But like the game was so good and nostalgic, and also really cute and fun, and it's what got me to start participating in other people's streams more often. So. Can I duplicate this? Can I change something on this and not have it mess up the everything else? Yes, okay. So let me hide this. Move it down. Move it over. There we go. While I'm like talking about stuff. Yeah. And Super Mystery Dungeon, it wasn't as good as Sky, but I did play a lot of it, and it also got me through. Like 2015 was kind of a rough year, and Super Mystery Dungeon did get me through a couple of difficult spots, you know. And honorable mention wise, pretty much a remaster of Grim Fandango and Ori and the Blind Forest, which would have been on the list, except I didn't play it. I have not played it yet. And I can't think of that much else that came out in 2015. Like Witcher 3, I never played, and meh. Bloodborne. Bloodborne gets an honorable, actually, but, like, I haven't played it yet. Otherwise, it would be. Fallout 4, I watched, but didn't care for outside of that. Tales of the Borderlands is just not my cup of tea. I don't like the Tales of games. I don't like Telltale games, really. They're not my cup of tea. I don't hate them. They don't need to not exist. They're not my thing. 2016. I am not counting the Final Fantasy XIV expansions, even though Shadowbringers is probably my game of the year. I'm just, if I've been brought up yet? Not yet, no. I don't think it's going to get an honorable on my list either. I haven't played it, probably don't care to. Gameplay was good, but like, it was a good game, but not necessarily like a good Metal Gear. List invalidated. My list is literally just for me, but I don't want to count every single FF14 expansion. Because they all would be on my list otherwise. Shadowbringers is my game of the year for this year by a mile. Easily. That gets an honorable right away. First off, let me look on the general list here. I list Stormblood because it introduced Red Mage. Deal with it. Okay, that's getting an honorable. I don't know that it's getting on my list though. Because I don't play it to this day or anything like I did the other one. Okay, that is getting on my list, and I don't care. I will fight people. Did that really, though? Oh, that's on the list. Easy. Wish I played more of it, but I want to. So I'm counting that. This point for the meme. That's getting an honorable just because I haven't played it yet. Oh, I know. I'll put Super Mario Run there. That'll be good. That gets honorable. Just because that was a good little bit of time while I played it, but it didn't exist outside of that. I should, but I need to play that more too. Yeah, but I've written that down. Nothing like vibing while scrolling Wikipedia. I knew FF9 came out on mobile before PC. I knew it. Called it. Did change enough to warrant it on the list. I kind of... Do I count that? Because it wasn't a full from the ground remake. It was very faithful recreation of the original game with like some cool added stuff. But it didn't really add anything content-wise to really justify. FF9 included. You know what? Fine. Fair enough then. Cause like it's in my top 3 Final Fantasies. 9 is amazing and fantastic and perfect and flawless, and I love it. Some of that's a little exaggerated, but I do love the game a lot. I want to play it again really soon. That's getting an honorable because I will play it eventually. There's no version of accurate. There's no version of Final Fantasy VII where Chief is not actively punching me in the head. Every character is a succubus. That would be cool. It's called Disgaea. I'm not even close to in rhythm here, and I don't care. Players using a Pomander of Lust. You couldn't even have that unless you went into a floor with 3 already, and then a 4th in a chest. That you just have to, like, everybody pop one at the same time. And then the 4th person opens the chest and pops it then. That would be, like, the only... Or we only have 3 players in the party. Yeah, that too. Okay, that did come out that year. Okay. When did Yakuza 0 come out? Oh, that was 2015. Could probably replace Yoshi's Woolly World with that in hindsight. But I haven't fully beaten the game yet, so that feels unfair. Oh, no, that was worldwide in 2017. Oh, okay. Never mind. That's why I hadn't run into it yet. Okay, I have one spot left for 2015 or 2016 here. What do I put? Play Stellaris one day? Yeah, I should too. Do I just blind faith put Valhalla in the spot knowing that I'm probably gonna love it when I play it eventually one day? Get some sleep if you need, Q, because it's gonna be a while before I have the full list. I don't want to keep you up all night. My list, if I want to be controversial about a game I've never played and break my own rules constantly, that's on me. Okay. So there's 2 Final Fantasy games in 2016, and I don't care. Final Fantasy 15 is on the list because I did love the game. Even though it fell off of my top 5 list because of the DLC fiasco, I still liked and loved 15 for what it was. I thought it told a damn good story, eventually. And I thought the voice acting is some of the best I've heard in a video game in English. Ever. And it's a mainline Final Fantasy that wasn't 13. Of course I'm gonna like it. Final Fantasy IX is on the list because it's Final Fantasy IX. Don't need to explain that. And I guess it did change enough for me to count it. I'm putting it on this list. I don't care. Stardew Valley is on the list because I played the crap out of it when it came out. I loved the game a lot. And I have always, like, I've spent the last, 2 years going, God, I want to go back to that game someday. And then I never do. I don't know why. Because I love the game a lot. That wasn't the main issue with it. It wasn't that people expected it to be, 13. It's that, A, people weren't happy with the change to full action RPG. People didn't like that. I liked it. And a lot of people liked it. It was a good, popular game. The main issue with it was the plot. in that it kind of fell apart halfway through, and we ended up asking a lot of questions of what happened to this character, what happened with this plot thread, why didn't this character do anything, that sort of thing. That was like the real main issue with it. People did not want another 13 at all. I don't know a whole lot of people that want another Final Fantasy 13, but it's not a huge list. Pokemon Sun Moon is on here to make Rona angry. No. It's on the list because, like I've said before, it may not be the best Pokemon game, but it tried to break the formula, and I respect that. It was kind of a mess, and I like that there was stuff to do after the game compared to XY. In that there was rematches and stuff, but overall, yeah, it wasn't the best, but it was still, you know, a good game for its year. I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it. It was still a Pokemon game. I still had fun with it. That said, I agree with Q. It's kind of really heavy on the cutscenes and tutorial and handholdiness, and Sword Shield kind of really got the message with that. Valhalla is on the list because a lot of my friends love the game a lot and really, really want me to play it. So I am trusting my friends in that I will probably feel the same way because it's being not pushed onto me in the same way that a lot of recommendations are, but it's being recommended in a way that I'm probably going to enjoy it. So it's on my list because of its influence, indirectly, through peer pressure on Twitter. I'm gonna move my honorable mentions to its own text file at this point because it's getting so cluttered. Honorable mentions include No Man's Sky, and yes, back in the day, on release, a streamer I used to watch and don't anymore played it for 8 hours straight, and in that 8 hours I had a lot of fun watching it. I didn't know about the marketing. I didn't know about the empty promises that were broken. I didn't know about any of that fiasco. All I knew was the 8 hours of what I was watching was enjoyable. And now apparently it's a good game. World of Final Fantasy because I need to play it and people say it's really good. Pony Island because that was a fun stream. That was a good game for that however long I played it. But I kind of, you know, it stayed with me, but not in a really strong way. Twilight Princess HD because Twilight Princess, it almost made the list over Valhalla, but peer pressure. Job Simulator because I played the hell out of that at a friend's house or at my old place with my roommate for like 3 days, and I had a lot of fun with it. Dark Souls 3 because I need to play it, and I don't know which I'd like more between 1 and 3, but eh. And then Kirby Planet Robobot, but because I haven't played it and there wasn't enough peer pressure to put it over Valhalla. Also, Overwatch was made the honorable mentions. It's Overwatch. I want to like it more than I do. Cool. I like the character designs. I know a lot of people on my friends list will not shut up about Valhalla. Not in a bad way, but like, and these are people whose opinions I trust. Okay, that's easy. 2017 has a dead ringer right away. That's easy. That's an easy honorable mention. That's an honorable mention because I haven't played it and I'm not going to. That's on the list. VR is fun. It can be. I've played a few things in VR via my roommate, and I like it. It's fun, but I can't really do it for too long. I'm putting that on my list. I don't care. I know it's going to be good on the list. I don't need to put Fortnite on my list because everybody knows what Fortnite is. keep meaning to borrow that. Oh, no, wait, yeah, no, that's easy. I almost forgot something very important. I'm almost gonna token through 2017 because my list for 2017 is a lot of good stuff came out in 2017 that I loved. So, this one's gonna be pretty quick. I already have 4 things down. I haven't even opened the wiki page yet. I don't know that I count that. I could be lazy and finish my list right now, even. Since we're getting into familiar territory, what games from 2017 did people, stick with? What are y'all's? I'm just scrolling through the wiki. I'm looking for a 5th here. This is a pretty easy list to make, IMO. I could be lazy and put that, but I never played it. That's the problem. When I put up the list, a lot of people are gonna... Nothing like vibing while scrolling Wikipedia. We're almost done. We have this year, which is basically done, and then 2 more years. This is the Dovei dating sim music, apparently. Do I be lazy and add something to this just to make Rona mad, or do I not? Do I add Ultra Sun Moon to this list? Just to say I had a Pokemon in, like, every single year. Okay, well then we're done with this list, if that's the case. Easy. Unless I can find something, like, way better. Ooh, actually, maybe. Maybe. Actually. I haven't played Let's Go. I want to, but I can't justify spending that much on another Gen 1 remake, essentially. So Let's Go is actually, surprisingly, probably not making my list unless it's a filler. You know what? No. I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna be different. The list is solved, and Ultra Sun Moon gets an honorable mention. The other Gen 1. Okay. Breath of the Wild, Odyssey, Automata, Hollow Knight. Obvious. Hollow Knight was my game of the year for 2017 and probably 2018 because it was that good. This was a very easy list to make for 2017. A lot came out. Breath of the Wild broke Zelda's formula. It shattered it. It threw it out the window. It didn't even look back. Is it perfect? No. But is it good? Hell yes it is. I love that game. I've played through it twice. The first time I played it, I was borrowing my roommate's Wii U copy. And I played it until my Wii U froze, and basically that was my signal of I should stop playing video games for the day. I borrowed it like that afternoon and played it all the way through the middle of the night until my Wii U froze. It literally froze. I restarted it to make sure it still worked, but I literally played it until it froze. Then I streamed it, like, long after the fact. It was... Mario Odyssey I've played through 3 times, completely. Twice on my own Switch, once on my roommate's. One of, if not my favorite Mario games. I loved it. Nier Automata, I have technically started playing it. It is my current Discord LP. It's on the list for the music, and because I know it's going to be one of those games. I am just fully aware. Hollow Knight was my game of 2017. Probably favorite indie game of all time. Yes, including Undertale. Hollow Knight was that good. Silk Song will be game of 2020, probably. If it comes out in 2020, that'll be the game of the year. I've already decided. I am going to LP Silk Song. I will never shut up about Hollow Knight, ever. Like, I don't know how much more clear I can make. Go play Hollow Knight. It is really, really, really fucking good. Hard F. Good. It's good. It is one of my favorite games of all time. Hollow Knight is amazing. Demo makes the list over Pokemon because Demo was the first mobile game to give me feels TM. It gave me actual emotional impact, and it's the only rhythm game I've ever felt actually connected to and decent at. I love Demo. If I could stream it somehow, I probably would. I'm bad at it, but I probably would. I love it. And it had a huge impact on me that year, and I still play it from time to time. The music is really good. It has inspired a lot of my writing, the music from Demo. Even though it's like just, you know, collaborations and collections from other artists and stuff, it doesn't matter. That's what gave me a lot of muse and inspiration. Take care, Miho. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate everybody that's stopping by that has had to take off in some form or another. But yeah, 2017 is probably my year of the decade gaming-wise. Because, like, making this list took significantly less time. I gave a token skim to the wiki. This was a very, very easy year to quantify. 2018 might take me a little longer. Honorable mentions for this year, because I skimmed the wiki, there's not a lot. Horizon Zero Dawn, Resident Evil 7, Pokemon Ultra Sun Moon, and Cuphead. Those were my honorable mentions. Cuphead for its art style and nothing else. And Horizon Zero Dawn because that game kind of pleasantly surprised me for, you know. I was watching my roommate play it. I haven't played it yet, but I remember really enjoying it. And main character's a lot more genre savvy than most Western RPG protags. Okay, 2018 is going to be difficult. Actually, no, it's not. I already have one. That's easy. What came out last year that stuck with me? Probably not a lot. Fallout 76 getting an honorable just because it's a meme. Overwatch came out in 2016, and it made honorable. God, I may have to put Let's Go on for filler. I was joking. Buy that Buggy Messiah. Jump Force, that might make honorable, I don't know. Oh no, I'm thinking there's something else there. No, that didn't. Oh, maybe it went free to play then. Mega Man 11. I never played Mega Man 11 actually. Oh, that can go on there. Haven't finished it yet, but... Smash Ultimate, yeah, it's on my list. Probably my game of 2018, I'm not sure though. I think it was your number 2. What was your number 1 of last year? Because like we're getting more recent, so like it's a lot easier to say what are people's favorite games that came out recently and say close enough. Yeah, that's going on there. I've not played it, but I played the demo. Kind of want to put Hello Neighbor on as a meme, but I didn't care enough. Do I just put this on and count it? Yeah, okay. I probably should have put Yakuza 0 in for 2017 instead of Demo, but whatever. I kind of want to count that, but I haven't played it yet, so that'd be kind of unfair. Because if I don't love that as much as I say I will... Tetris Effect. I have an edit function, yeah. I don't want to go overcorrecting myself either, though. It's honorable because I haven't played it and don't care enough. You know what, screw it. I don't care that it's technically cheating, but I'm putting Yakuza 0 on 2018, and I don't care. I meant to try Soul Calibur 6. Honest to God, I did. That came out this year. No, that did come out this year. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I didn't play a lot last year, I guess. Not from last year specifically. Don't do this to me, mouse. I remember specifically having trouble trying to come up with a game of last year and just basically said, screw it, Smash. There's a lot of these I haven't played that I should. Celeste should be on my list, but I haven't played it yet. No, I can count that. I haven't played it yet, but it's that, so I can count it. Okay, no, okay, we're good. Okay. I have my 2018. Okay. Yakuza 0 came out in 2017. Don't care putting it on the list because it technically came out on Windows in 2018 and I want it on my list, but I don't want to erase Steam mode either. And I also don't have anything else to go on 2018 that I played. Smash Ultimate, don't even really need to explain it. It's probably the best Smash, the best Smash game. Definitely my favorite Smash game. You only even played 5 games. Stormblood because you didn't play 6 games. Odyssey, Breath of the Wild, Automata, yeah. I don't even hate Melee. I just not a big fan of the Melee worshipping side of the Smash community. That said, I'm not a big fan of the Smash community as a whole, but I like the game. Kirby Star Allies is on the list because it's a very cute game and everybody should play it if you have a Switch. Period, end of story. Octopath Traveler because it gave me a lot of Bravely Default feel vibes from what little I've played. Keep in mind. But I played enough of it to say technically it gets a spot on the list. Yakuza 0 because it's my list and I don't care. Dragon Quest 11 because I don't want to put Let's Go on this list. But also, you know, from what I've seen of Dragon Quest 11, it's really good. So many games that came out last year that I didn't play. Red Dead Redemption 2, I probably would have put on my list, even though it, like, swept the Game Awards or whatever. I didn't pay attention to the Game Awards of 2018, I don't care. But from what I've seen of my friends playing RDR2, I probably would like it. I probably would enjoy it. It probably would make this list, because it looks like the type of game that would make that list. Fallout 76 gets on this list because it's a huge meme, and I love it. Let's Go is on this list because, or is on my honorable mentions because, I have a Pokemon in every year. Because they release them every year, and I like them every year. Deal with it. Celeste is on this list because I really want to play it. I've been dodging spoilers on it, so I guess I want to play it pretty bad. I don't know. 2019 is going to be difficult. Because... yeah, a lot of games that came out this year I didn't play either. Sword and Shield is on the list for sure. I never played the RE2 remake. I never played Death Stranding. You know what? This is gonna make a lot of people mad. I don't even care. Shadowbringers. You know what? Screw it. Shadowbringers is going on the list. I don't care. I don't care that it's an expansion. It's so good. I can't not. It's basically, in and of itself, its own thing. I'm breaking my rule for it. I don't care. It's good. That's going on it because I still play it. This might actually be a short list, after all. We'll see when I scroll down. Oops. And there was that I could put on. Yeah. If it had like a prelude or you know, the story so far, it would have sucked for those of us if it were not skippable, who had been playing the whole time, but it would do wonders for how we got here, for sure. Like, I think that would... The story crunch for, like, A Realm Reborn needs a story crunch. It just does. It needs a story crunch real bad. And also I'm putting Shadowbringers on my list because it got snubbed at the Game Awards and I'm still mad. Although, apparently getting it. Yeah, I hope so. I had heard rumors, so I didn't want to say, oh, when the story crunch happens, because I didn't know for sure. The game is gonna be so much more accessible with that story crunch. Like, first off, just cut 2.1 to 2.3 entirely. Just have the fights, the trial fights, but cut down on, like, everything leading up to those fights. Just give us any bullshit reason at all. You know what? You're fighting Rama now. Deal with it. This is your fight. Cue into it. No story reason. Just fight him. And it would be better than actually unlocking him the way you do now. I'm not gonna bother with a, honorable mentions of this year because we all know what came out this year. Because most of it is, boy howdy do I wish I could play X. I could bookend and put Halo Reach back on the thing. Have it in the first and last year of the decade. Nah, I'm not going to. I should, I'm not going to though. Like, it would be a funny meme, but it's not actually. I've played like 10 seconds of it. You know what? Okay. I'm gonna put one more game that I have not played on my list that I want to and would enjoy, and it's a meme. Okay. I'm not doing honorable mentions for this year because then I'm gonna do like the recording of me talking about all of it. You know what, actually? Yeah, that's unbalanced. I know what I can do. I can make it a bigger font too, a little bit. Oh, yes and no. Hey Jojo Box, how's it going? Dream Daddy? No. Basecamp? Yep. To a coward? No. I don't like Reach enough. Yes, that should absolutely not surprise you. Final Fantasy is my favorite video game series. Always has been, always will be. I doubt that will ever change. Ever. Final Fantasy would have to drop the ball so hard, and another series would simultaneously have to pick up that same ball and run with it for miles. For that to outclass Final Fantasy to me. Now, this list is for me only. This list is, you know, games that I liked and I found memorable and meant a lot to me personally, you know, in my life, in my opinion, for my tastes, etc. Huge disclaimer for that before we, you know, before people going, where's Persona? Where's Red Dead? Where's Witcher? Don't care. Didn't play him. Didn't care. These are my games of the decade. These are my personal top 5 every year games of this decade. So, I will once again sum up. Also, hey, Jojo Box, how's it going? I will once again sum up because, you know, for the sake of the video that's going up on the YouTube. Took 3 hours of me surfing Wikipedia, but you know what? We got here. So, that said... Actually, you know what? No, I'm not even going to sum them up all. You can read. If anyone has any questions, let me know. But, now... Some of this list was filler. Some of it was I had to make some difficult cuts. Depends on the year. So when a Twitter post comes along saying, you can only pick 3, no honorable mentions, no buts, nothing, only 3 for the whole decade. No, absolutely not. I cannot do that because there's so many. You have everything ranging from Pokemon Heart Gold, Soul Silver to Shadowbringers. From Birth by Sleep to Cage 3. Like, I can't pick just 3. FF14 collectively, not just Shadowbringers, but collectively, FF14 is my personal #1 game of the decade. But you want me to narrow down 2 out of the other 10, 20, 30, 48 games that I've written down here, plus the honorable mentions I had because, you know, listing. You want me to narrow down 2 out of 48 other games? I'm sorry, but no. Some of that would be easy, like, would I consider Kirby Star Allies another game of the decade? Probably not. But, like, it gets difficult. Because I measure these based on personal enjoyment versus personal impact and influence. For like a second, I own it. I played like 10 seconds of it, just to see how it controlled. It controls very well once I messed with the sensitivity enough. I'm waiting for Halo 3 on PC. Really, really badly want Halo 3 on PC. You have no idea. So for 2019, Pokemon Sword Shield is obvious. It just came out, and it's a Pokemon game, and in my opinion, did better than XY Sun Moon. Yeah, I know, not before April. You want more opinions on Pokemon Sword Shield? Go watch the last Around the Campfire. And you'll get my opinions on Pokemon Sword and Shield as a whole. Kingdom Hearts 3 is on this list. Deal with it. Was it great? No. But it's on my list. And once Remind comes out, hopefully that clears up a lot of the issues that I had with KH3. But also, a lot of my issues with KH3 was the expectations going into it. I will defend Kingdom Hearts on one point. If Kingdom Hearts 2 and 3 were not called Kingdom Hearts 2 and 3 and just had subtitles, the series would be fine. But because there's this distinction between main game and side game, there's a lot of flack. And yeah, 2 and 3 are kind of really weird numbers because 2 wasn't even the second game. If KH2 and 3 had just subtitles and no numbers, it would be fine. That's my take. It wasn't a terrible game. On release, it was very easy and critical mode is very flawed. And hopefully Remind addresses a lot of the issues I had with the plot. KH3 is about middle of the ground for me in the series. I'm gonna do it around the campfire on the Kingdom Hearts series one of these days. That might be my next one, actually. It'll coincide with Remind coming out, probably. So, look forward to that, actually. My favorite Halo game is 3. I don't know if I like Reacher 1 more than the other. And then 2, then 4, then 5. And I've never played 5, and I'm never going to, I don't think. I don't care enough. I didn't buy the books, so I can't play the campaign. Sorry, 343. But, I shouldn't have to buy all of these Now, I have no problem with a game's lore having those novels and having that supplementary material, as long as it's never mandatory to understand a game. The second you make that mandatory, I don't care. I will buy them all day, every day if it's optional, but you make me do it, and I don't want to. Gaps between main games won't be so huge. I still don't think main game is a proper descriptor for 2 and 3. And so, like, yeah, Chain of Memories, that's a side game. But Birth by Sleep, not as much. In my opinion. Tetris 99, because it's the only Battle Royale I like. It's the only Battle Royale I've ever played, and it's the only one I like, and I'm probably going to play some after this. Because my Switch is hooked up, and I can do that. Untitled Goose Game is the last of the blind faith category. But from what I've seen of the game and the memes that spawned of it, that is a shitpost I can get behind. And Shadowbringers is my game of the decade. That's just how that's just it. Final Fantasy XIV is my game of the decade. There is no game on the planet that I have sunk, God, how many hours now? 4,000 hours. 4,123 hours. There is no game on the planet that I have sunk that much time into. At all. I have never poured so much of myself into a game as Final Fantasy XIV. Ever. Its story is, especially Shadowbringers, is worthy of being called a numbered Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy XIV is amazing. Shadowbringers is fantastic. Borderline flawless. And it's my game of the decade. By like a long shot. Ever since I first started FF14, I was hooked right in, and it never, okay, it stopped from the post 2.0 patch quests, but it almost didn't stop from the word go. Goose is in my bucket list. I'm probably getting it on Switch though. I don't think I'll be getting it on PC. So I don't know what highlight is going to be what. I'm going to highlight like the list as a whole, as part of my like, you know, around the campfire. But these are my games of the decade. I saw a tweet that said pick 3, no more, no less. It has to be only 3, and it's like, well, yeah, 14, but what else? Because I love Pokemon Sword and Shield, but I wouldn't call that a game of the decade. Like, I feel like a lot of the best of the entire decade would be weighted really heavily towards recent because of obvious reasons. If I absolutely had to, just kind of a knee-jerk reaction in no particular order, FF14, Hollow Knight, and Skyrim, probably, are mine. But that's not a true faithful list. Maybe replace Skyrim with Breath of the Wild. I don't know. But narrowing down to 3 was hard. Narrowing down 5 per year was difficult, either because I had to make filler, or because there was too much, you know? Hollow Knight is amazing. I love it. It's one of my favorite of all time. My best of 2017. Hollow Knight and FF14, if I had to pick just 3, those 2 are solid. Those 2 are a lock. And Silksong is going to be my game of the year 2020. I can tell right now. I can tell you right now, Silksong is going to be my game of the year, whatever year it comes out. That's just the end of it. No, Fortnite did not make my list. It had no influence on me. Because this list is basically on me. Did it have a personal influence on me? Did I enjoy it a lot, or did it influence me in some way? And no, it didn't. I don't hate it at all. Let's be clear. I'm mad at it for snubbing 14 at the Game Awards, but I don't hate it for existing. It doesn't not deserve to exist. I have no problem with it existing. I have no problem with its popularity. I probably might give it a go one of these days, but... Hot take. Like pineapple on pizza, I have no opinion on Fortnite at all. I mean, I have some opinions on it in terms of like the dance stealing thing, but that's something I don't want to go into on stream at all. But like it just as a game, no opinion. Don't love it, don't hate it. It's like pineapple on pizza. I couldn't care less. Just gonna be random vibing in this video, I don't care. Maybe I'll just say fuck it and highlight the entire stream and let everybody else sort it out. Cool, so I can close this entire window now of all 10 tabs of the games of each year. There are other games that would make my list, but I either didn't play them, and there are games on these lists that I didn't play, but I didn't play but wouldn't put on my list without judging. Whereas the games that are on this list that I have not played or played fully are ones that I either know would be adequate for, you know, game of the year that year, or I just know I'm going to like, you know, or you know, I have on opinion. But like, I'm not gonna put Red Dead Redemption 2 on this list because from what I've seen, I probably would like it, but I don't know. I don't want to get into the Star Wars discussion on this stream, especially because I don't want to risk any spoilers. I'm not joking. That's like permaban territory. Let's make the list a little bit cleaner because the asymmetry is bothering me. Sing it tomorrow. Good luck. People know it's Legend of Zelda. That way the lists are even. Fallen Order looks good. I actually, you know, the problem with a lot of games from 2018 and 2019 especially is I either didn't have a lot of money or didn't care enough to buy a lot of games that came out that looked neat. I guess that's why 2015, 16, and 17 were a lot easier to fill, because, you know, I played those games. It was a lot. 2017 was the easiest list to fill. 2017 is the year of the decade, honestly, for gaming specifically. 2017 is the year of the decade. That's where, like, most of my favorites of this decade came from. Probably FF14, Hollow Knight, and Breath of the Wild. But I don't know, Skyrim has a lot more replayability, because I'm not going to plan on modding Breath of the Wild at all. I like that game as is. It's kind of between, if I had to narrow it down to 3, between Skyrim and Breath of the Wild for the 3rd spot. I am really glad the anti-loot box craze is coming up, even if it means killing Defo at some point. When did that game release, actually? Okay, so January 2018. When Opera Omnia dies, I will officially be done with gacha forever. Save your loot box friends from corporate greed, yeah. I don't hate the practice on paper in the sense of only cosmetic things. But it's incredibly predatory, and that's where I have issues with loot boxes. If it wasn't so predatory, I wouldn't care. Because it's like, I played Overwatch. I played the hell out of Overwatch. It's not on my list because I don't care. But like, I threw like maybe collectively $5 towards Overwatch's loot boxes because it was a fun thing. It was skins and stuff. But it was also incredibly predatory because I saw what some of my friends went through to get certain skins for certain heroes. And it's like, okay, now I have a problem. Because now I'm seeing... Because I live in a state with legalized gambling. I know what gambling addiction looks like. When you walk into a casino after work to kill time before a bus comes to play maybe, at most, maybe $5 in video poker, and the person next to you has just dropped their paycheck, and they leave before you did, that's serious. That's like really actual serious stuff. So I recognize gambling addiction in loot boxes and gacha. I recognize it. That's why the whole, ooh, $1,000 for JPEG thing really kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Because it's like, no, it's gambling addiction. Like, you watch someone walk into a casino, drop their paycheck, and leave empty-handed 5 seconds later. You know, that's the mentality. So if the game I like dies because they crack down on these predatory practices, then I'll miss the game, but I won't fight for it. If it dies, it dies. Will I regret dropping the money into Opera Omnia? Yeah, probably. I already do. But, right. Oh, okay. That's where that was. Okay. And to this day, it's not gambling because you win something. Yeah, that's the thing. You... Drop my mic. You win something every time. But you're not playing to win something. You're doing those gacha pulls to win something specific. That's the problem. Okay. People get everything they want without dropping a diamond. They spend thousands of dollars and fail to get what they want. Yup. Pity systems are like introduced into most gachas to avoid the legal problem of people like selling their houses to win a thing. Like, companies are trying to skirt the line as much as possible to still have whales and keep monetary support for these games because they make so much money, but also avoiding the legal crackdown and still be able to run this game. They're playing chicken with the legal system, and they're gonna lose eventually because these laws are going to, in my opinion, I think the laws are gonna overreach, but it'll have a net positive of shutting down predatory practices in gaming, which needs to happen. I will admit that I have dropped money into Opera Omnia more than I would like to admit. Underestimate the powers of lobbying. That's a double-edged sword, yes. Right. So yeah, any questions about the list? Any questions about the game of the decade? What are y'all's games of the decade? You don't have to do what I did and go all out and make this list, but like, what are y'all's favorites? Staring directly at the chat box. Okay, technically I would have to look straight up to look at it on my stream. Red Dead 2, but only the first 150 hours. Only the first 150 hours. After that, the other 300 hours, it falls off. If I played Red Dead 2, it'd probably be on my list. I saw some friends play it. It looked fun. But... yeah, I'll probably just highlight the entirety of this part of the stream. And just call it good. RDR 2, Bloodborne. Bloodborne didn't make my list because, like... the Soulsborne games are good, but... Fire Emblem would probably have made my list if I played it. Persona 5 probably actually would if I played it, but I don't like the social aspect of Persona games. Because it's like... at least with Persona 3, it's like, when are we getting back to the RPG? When are we getting back to the game? And it's literally just my personal preferences. It's not to say it's a bad part of the game. That's what makes the game unique. But from what little I played of Yakuza 0, it's on my list for sure. God, I want to... these streams have been going well. If it gets to a point where it stabilizes and I can just stream on the regular again, I'm going to have a talk with my super patrons to be like, look. Yeah, you give your friend ice cream, now you get the power to kill God, yeah. Whoops, you can't go back into the Nightmare Lair and save the world without taking your finals and hanging out with your friends and doing homework. It's like, I don't want to do that in a video game. I don't. I understand it. It's integral to the game. It's not bad game design. It's just not my cup of tea. That is my thoughts on Persona. Yo, Fang, what is up? Hi, hello. It wouldn't be 1 + 1, it'd be like, solve 3x squared plus 2x plus 1, solve for x, or it like equals 42, solve for x, or else, you know, the town's water supply will be poisoned. I know that's not even close to anything that happens in these games, but still. It's like, why do I have to do my homework to get back to the RPG part? I don't want to socialize. I didn't like high school then. Why do I want to play high school? I'm so emotive. Being on a webcam is a trip. We'll never shut up about that. Fang, any questions? These are my games of the decade. 5 from each year. Some are filler, and FF14 is repeated twice. Deal with it. TBH. But like, I'm giving you a minute to look at the list before I like... actually, I don't know if I want to play any Tetris tonight. I think I might save that for another time. Super Hot, Tomb Raider. Oh yeah, the Arkham games all came out this decade. RE4 remake, Skyrim. Skyrim is definitely a huge one. Because, like, I went over each game and my thoughts on each game as to why it was a game of the year for that year. And, like, fave versus influential. Water. And water and water, water. Limbo Inside. I didn't play either of those enough to relay. Because the games on my list that I didn't play are ones I know would make my list. Honorable mentions, like, in general, go to, like, Cosmic Star Heroine and, like, the other games that I just didn't play. The FNAF games got an honorable mention for influence. Yeah, I know, 3.5 hours, it's been pretty solid. Every time I've streamed since I started, like, ever since I quit streaming full-time, Every stream since has, like, gone well, so... Like, Dark Souls made honorable, FF4 made honorable, War of the Lions made honorable, NFL Blitz for, like, IRL meme value. Metal Gear Rising, Bloodborne, Ori, Overwatch, Horizon, RE7, any Pokemon game that did not actually make the list, that sort of thing. Fallout 76 for influence, not because of favorite, but because it is so much fun to, like, to this day, you can get some news about Fallout 76 and find out it's like from a day ago and be like, God, what happened with that game this time? And that's fun. That's value. That is quality entertainment, and that's the point. Yeah, it's so good to look at that game and be like, okay, now what? What happened this time? Apparently, this time is people found out how to hack in the models. Oh, here we go. I'm gonna blip for a second. That's a good sign I should stop, though. But, like, the latest one is people found out how to hack in, like, Fallout 4 models and stuff into the game. And I'll have to look into that later, but yeah. So I think I am going to cut it here. I was going to play some Tetris, but I think I'm going to cut it here. I'm very tired. I have not eaten at all today at all. I'm not starving, but I should, like, get something. So I might meme host someone, but I'm going to look through. See, I'm always going to look through my lower viewer list first to host people like, you know. I didn't care for Life is Strange. The Witness was a good meme between my friends and I, and that's about it. Any final thoughts, especially Fang, because I know you just got here, before I cut, unless my internet decides to do that for me, which it just could. I don't know. Weird. It flashed red and everything, but I didn't drop a single frame. Which is, you know... That was me knocking on wood, for the record. My webcam is, like, way up here. God, Doki Doki Literature. I liked getting over it. I played that for a couple hours, and I recorded a video that I sent to someone to edit that, like, never finished it, probably because of IRL stuff, but, like... Okay, none of my under 20s. Let's mute this so I can mute this so I can unmute this. Perfect. I don't think I can play Doki Doki at this point. There's just a lot of subject matter in that game that gets to me on a level that I can't handle. Okay, before, you know, got it spoiled immediately. Yeah, I got a lot of it spoiled for me too. That's the other thing. I can't stream or record that for reactions because, I mean... And besides, if I had seen some of those things blind, you would not like the reactions. It wouldn't be a fun YouTube-y reaction. It would be horrible, so... So, yeah. There's links. You can click them if you'd like. Twitter for updates on stuff. Discord for hangouts and other updates, and the YouTube archive for my old stream playthroughs, and then my actual YouTube channel where I do Let's Plays and stuff, currently in the middle of Link's Awakening DX, also Super Marina World, and Patreon stuff, which is coming tomorrow. And then, speaking of the Patreon, support that if you want. Not gonna twist your arm about it, but hey, Every bit of support counts. I am currently working on my first dramatic story series, The Tales of Charles V. or The Life and Times of Charles V. Sportsworth. As soon as my voice gets like perfect, I'll actually start working on that, and I'm gonna do some research on old college football commentators and go from there. And I guess I'm gonna wait a bit because I don't want to host someone as they're not around. Yeah, I'm not even gonna run an ad break this time, but you know, before I go off, these are my games of the decade. No raid message either. It's just gonna be chill. We're just gonna go chill and watch this person make a competitive Pokemon team. So, yeah, those are my games of the decade. This was my second webcam stream too. My hair's ridiculously long. Deal with it. I like the webcam now. I like it a lot. I actually enjoy streaming with webcam. Cool. I'm gonna go raid big streamer. I ate your pie as soon as he's back, and he's building OHKO team, I guess. So no raid message. It's just we're just gonna go there, and I'm thinking about doing a weekly stream on Fridays, whether it's just chatting or whether I actually start playing stuff again. I'm actually thinking about doing this weekly. Not around the campfire, but like chill chat and stuff, like weekly. So, and it's gonna be, the streams are gonna be webcam. These are gonna be like my vlog updates or whatever. But I'll probably play games intermittently. Unless I have like a good video to go up on Friday, I'll just stream instead. So, yeah. I'll hit enter in just a minute. And then we'll go chill there. But yeah, if there's any questions or comments about the games of the decade, especially if you're watching this on YouTube, leave comments or just message me or something, or, you know, whatever. I'm probably going to make another video about the decade thing later. I got some ideas floating around the old think pan. But, yeah. My games of the decade. I'm a huge dork and I will never shut up, and you can't make me. I've got a big nose, don't I? Cool seeing the face because I missed the last stream, yeah. The last stream was all about the webcam. I was literally just staring at, like, this box the entire couple of hours. And this is good because, like, when I stream for hours like this, I either don't notice my speech impediment from the work, or, I just talk for so long that my muscle memory kicks in and I'm just good. But I listen to myself on recordings for like Marina World and everything else I did this week, and it's like, wow, I actually sound almost perfect. But in my head, I sound like I'm Daffy Duck. And there are times in the videos I sound bad, but like sometimes my tongue gets caught up, you know? That one was intentional, but speaking of medical thing, TM, the recovery is basically done. I am essentially clean bill of health, good to go. Although I'm not done with, like, all of the work. I have a root canal in 2 months, and I set it in 2 months on purpose. And then, after that, there's a few more things, and then actually be golden. After the root canal, the hard stuff is all done, though. Okay, root canal and the crown, but after that, the hard stuff is done. Yeah, just basically leaving this up for any last-minute questions, comments, what have you, before I, send you all on your merry way. In the meantime, I'll just, like, kind of vibe to music while I wait to raid someone. Not that it matters. Any last minute questions or comments before I send off for the night? Because I'm gonna go make food or like inhale a can of Pringles. I haven't decided yet. Cross that bridge when we get to it, burn that bridge when we get to it. Oh, those are channel points, Fang. Pretty much any affiliate and partner has channel points, and they're just fun little things you can use to, like, you know, unlock an emote if you can't sub, or modify an emote, or, you know, highlight a message. And then the AMA is just one that I added because I wanted to have a custom one. You can do pretty much anything. A lot of people have, like, meme number 9,000 points, waste this, do nothing command. It's just a fun little thing. I might get rid of the Streamlabs extension for that reason, actually, because channel points are a thing. They're cool, but they're just a neat little thing. I can't think of what to do with them. I'm taking ideas. I'll take ideas. I have infinite, of course. Can I do that, actually? Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, I can highlight my own message. I have infinite of my own points. Yeah, to earn just by doing. Yeah, you earn them, and it's like double rate for subs and stuff. I'm gonna try this weekly Friday thing for a little while. If it goes well, I'll add Patreon rewards to it. The last few streams I've done have all gone fine, so maybe it's fine. Okay. I am gonna head out, though. Go chill with my comfy streamer pie. And I'll be back probably next Friday, but YouTube videos coming out, Patreon stuff tomorrow, FF14, the season finale of Tales of the Crows on Sunday, and then so on and so forth. So, yeah. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Love your faces, and peace.